the frost and the trees, he takes his stand. A titan of the offlane commanding the land. Moose in the shadows where legends are born. A KMMR with the battlefield torn. He's the thunder in the silence, the storm in the night. A master of the offlane wielding his might. Dramatic as the crash of the ancients' lore. Moose stands unbroken forevermore. Moose stands unbroken forevermore.
Wait a minute!
Creeps at his mercy towers.
Wait a minute! Where is he?
Makes his presence
He's not a moose, he's a fucking werewolf, bro.
Moose dominates where the diamonds
There we go! Here he is. Welcome, Moose, to the RDR podcast. Actually, a moose with a face.
Thank you so
Actually
much.
a
I feel
moose.
so weird to be here.
Yeah, what?
So weird.
So weird. I
Unveiled.
feel like I've had so much mystery behind
Yeah,
me.
all the mystery's gone now. You're just a
It is.
bloke.
Now I'm just like a regular guy, right?
What does this mean for your MMR? That's the real question.
Surely it goes up,
It
right?
can,
Like,
it can only be bad. No.
I think you're losing aura. You've lost the mystique.
I lose IDL points for this one for sure.
Maybe that's a good thing. You're just resetting the IDLE though a little bit.
Yeah, I'm smurfing. It's fine.
Yeah. So
Be
we've
the
got
first podcast Smurf we've got on board.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, do we need a podcast, Elo?
Stinky podcast MMR.
Or is that IDL Street?
Wait, hold on. Did we have an ideal street for this week?
Hold on.
I don't even know if we
Hellfire.
had a. I don't even know if we had it because we could do MMR ability.
What does that even mean?
Like,
I don't know.
No, we didn't have one. We didn't have one for this week. Currently, top scorer in the IDL Elo is the IDL podcast Elo is Kira with 90, and then Pete is
he's
second with
come on the pod.
86.
Sam's not going to come on the podcast. I'm sorry. He's far too cool to
No,
be
he's
on here
too
with us.
cool. He's too cool.
Um,
So we just settled. with-
yeah, I think because we're having we are ideally, at least, audience, going to have a slightly shorter episode this week. We probably will skip IDL Street for this week.
Yeah.
Because Henry's got places to go and people to see, apparently. So
Sorry. What can you do?
Yeah.
Popular
What
man
can you
such as
do?
myself.
that's what it is.
It is what it is. But we do have plenty else to be getting into. First of all, Moose, tell us a little
Yes,
bit
I will.
about you now, because not many. You are only 2 seasons old. You're only 6 months old. 6 months old. So
Yeah, so apparently I'm the little kid of the IDL, which surprises a lot of people. I think it was Yam in my DMs like a couple of weeks ago. It's like, how old actually are you? And I was like, that's a weird question. How old do you think I am? And they were like, I don't know, it's a grown man. I was like, no, I'm 22. I'm a student, basically, just graduated. And they were like, what? It's really, yeah, they were really surprised.
well, how
by
old
that.
is Yam? That's the next question.
They
32,
were
I think.
32, yeah, I think that's what they said, yeah. So I don't know. I think
Oh,
that caught
relic.
people off guard. I don't know why people think I'm older than I actually am, but
Um,
it is what it is.
yeah. To be fair, I
it's the
thought
accent.
yeah, you do have
think?
quite like an old voice. Yeah, I'd say if I was
Maybe.
guessing, I'd probably say like 26.
Yeah, I get it a lot, which is what I don't really understand. But
Mm.
I guess it's a compliment, really.
Yeah.
You'd rather
I'd
see
say so. It means
feel
you probably
your
get
age.
ID'd less at the supermarket. I still get ID'd.
Bro, I got
So
I got
don't
ID'd
have-
for
I don't have any facial hair, so
Yeah, the baby face.
I got ID'd for a Lucozade Energy, like a you know
Does it even
the
have caffeine in them?
it doesn't yeah but not a normal Lucozade, like the
the can
little can
one.
that has like
I know what
1
you
milligram of taurine in, and I got ID'd
Yeah.
for it. That you have to be 16 to buy that, by the way.
Yeah.
So-
it
I
seems
got
like
ID'd
Red
for
Bull. Yeah.
PVA glue as well the other day. That was
What?
fun.
PVA glue.
Yeah,
What are they thinking
Oh.
of? Be huffing the PVA glue that doesn't even have the chemicals in it.
I guess so.
I do have actually a question for you, Matt. What happens if
Oh, me?
What happens if Arthur's with you? Because
He is with me. You'll probably see him if he wakes up. He'll come right there and he'll go, "Daddy, where are you?"
Okay, no, I meant when you're like buying alcohol. Does they have to ID him as well? Because you have to ID everyone in the group. So like, are they just
Okay.
like?
It's never come up, strangely. It's never,
They
it's never
assume-
been an
older.
issue.
Yeah, he must look older than 25.
He's probably got more facial hair than me. So, yeah,
True.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you, Moose.
Okay.
I'm looking at your strats page at the moment, and there's a
Oh, no.
horrifying amount of offlane necrophos. Can you explain
have a
what
look.
you're doing here?
I'm cooking on the green machine. I don't think it's a secret anymore. I think
Green
it was a
machine.
secret. to begin with, but then I think people have
Wait,
been
what
like
the
seeing me only play Necrophos. It's becoming a running joke. I have a build that I like. It's been a couple of my names, I think. Don't want to, foreshadow too much,
Ah,
but
the 800
Boots
health
of
build.
Travel
the
2.
800 health build, 4,000 gold, and an item that lets me teleport anywhere on the map at any given point, and then just kill steal,
Yeah.
and then go back to farming.
You know what? I don't
That's the
even.
strat.
I actually was kind of like, this is stupid, but then when I built it the other day, I was like, this is sick. You just
Telling
farm
you, it's
everything.
crazy.
You join every fight. It's like
Yeah.
you're a million movement speed.
The reason I
Sick.
started doing it was because I was AFK farming, as you do, off lane carry, pos one from the off lane,
Mm.
and I was thinking, my team's like losing fights because I'm not showing up. Oh, what can I buy that could solve this problem? So
Mm.
now I just AFK farm, but then also when the fight breaks out, I just TP on someone's head and seal a kill.
Yeah.
It's
And that works
high level
extra
MMR
well
best.
with Necro.
It's so yeah. Well, with Necro, it's even easier, right? Because you TP in, press one button, and then walk away.
Yeah.
It does look like you've had the real fortune of playing against really shit safe laners. I'm just looking through and it's like Ursa, Jug, Spectre,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh well, I guess it's gonna work against those guys.
I said this in the chat, I think, in general the other day. But a lot of people think Ursa is really good against Necro, and I don't know why, because his Enrage doesn't, well, the damage reduction from Enrage doesn't apply to Necrophos's Heartstopper aura. So when you have Ags, you just like eat through his health even when he's enraged. It's pretty hard counter actually.
Oh,
I think most
see.
people are probably saying that because you should shut this Necrophos out of lane and kill him and destroy his tower and push him into the jungle at level 3.
You kind of can't. I mean, Ursa's weak, like early levels, right? And the key to beating Ursa in lane, guys, is just right click him. Like until he's level
Yeah.
3, he can't kill you. Just hit him.
Yeah, that is surprisingly true.
Yep.
I just want to point out, I think there would need to be 8 of me on the podcast if I wanted to equal your two MMRs put together.
Well, that's not necessarily true because I don't have an MMR at the
Oh.
moment, so
Well, what are
I
you?
don't know
What
You were-
MMR
I
are you?
was like 7.5.
Oh, so you're
I thought
rubbish.
you were over 8. Did you?
No, I lost a bit, and then I uncalibrated, and then I calibrated again, and it was
recalibrated it,
like
like,
seven
lose a bit.
something, and I was like, oh
Yeah.
fuck, I don't care, and just stopped
enough.
playing
You
again.
sure sound like
I
you
don't
care.
know.
That's all I'm saying. First time you've been
Care about
first time
saying
you've been
something.
second highest MMR in this podcast. In fact, was Finn
In
higher
this
MMR?
podcast?
No, he's
Yeah.
higher than me.
Was-
Well, if he had a rank right now, he'd be higher than me. I think I'm
Was-
like 6. Sorry, 7.4 right now, or something like that.
What's Oh shit! I've put the wrong background on for this episode. I need to change that real quick. Okay. I've got one ready. Sorry.
disaster.
It says episode 8 million decibels, but now we're at episode
9,000 MMR.
9,000 MMR. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
There you go.
get it. I get it.
Okay. Episode
Yeah,
9.
we got it. Don't worry.
Okay,
We're cooking
done,
live.
done,
We'll
done,
do it
done, done.
live.
Yeah. Yeah. It's done live. And then I need to do this one as well. Oh, okay. There we go.
Don't worry, we got it. We got it.
Sorry about that, everybody. I know that's because I did that before, and everybody was pretty angry with me.
No, they weren't angry. It's just in the comments in the YouTube video. Every second comment was like, "Hey Henry, you fucked up the episode number."
Yeah.
It's like, all right, you do it next time.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they can't. 'Cause
Worm.
we actually have a few games this week as well.
We did. I was just checking
Yeah,
out.
it was. And I didn't play in any of them, which is crazy because it's my podcast.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was your team as well. But you
Oh,
were just,
yeah.
In a
absent.
moose costume.
You are-
thankfully subbed for us.
You are on the screen though, like over there, which is because you played Axe last week and got an MVP card.
Awesome.
That is
Oh
at least-
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are on the
I'm
screen.
in spirit.
So we had
So starting was
Aha.
the first Agicles Gukru game. Yeah.
yeah, then CBA Tidebound, then Snubbed versus Gukru, then CBA versus Strong Opinions for the Spoon fight.
Yeah, so we've got basically the last 2 series of the spoon bracket and upper and lower finals of the main bracket.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's jump straight into it with the first game, which was
That's the third game.
Sorry, that's the third game.
This one where I played
this
Ursa.
one?
That's
Yeah.
the one.
This is the first game. Thoughts,
Yeah,
Matt?
we should have won this game.
That's a horrible Ursa
We-
game.
Is it?
I think so, surely.
I went 16-6.
Yeah, but you're Matt.
uh,
Shut up.
Yeah, I mean, he's bad against OD, surely. He's bad against Bane.
It was. When did I pick it?
DK,
Yeah, OD was the
surely.
last pick.
Easy.
So OD
Yeah.
was the overall last, and I thought at the time it looked like I wasn't super stoppable because I was banking on being able to kill Mogger and Jasper a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Henry, you're in this game as well.
Yeah, I am in
Oh,
this game.
H
Yeah.
Mogul was the bane. I see.
Yeah, we sort of Dagger Cleaves. We definitely should have won this game. We had it in the bag, and we fumbled the bag.
There was a little bit
Uh,
of bag fumbling, it must be said.
Yeah,
Was it a throw or?
it was a throw.
Okay.
It was a throw. I threw specifically me.
No, I don't know. I think
I do. I can picture the exact point it was. I was trying to take Roche.
I
I was
remember the
trying to take
exact
Roche, and
decision.
I tried to finish Roche whilst you guys were coming out to the pit, and I couldn't quite finish Roche, and then you guys came in and killed me. I was on dieback, and then that was it.
Yeah, actually, yeah. That did happen.
So
Um,
yeah,
apart from that,
that
like,
was a rough
it was
one.
pretty back and forth. You guys were ahead most of the time. By the way, this was the most
Mm.
impossible Bane game ever to play.
Yeah,
It
it was
was
so
actually-
hard.
it was
so
actually
hard.
impossible.
It is kind of hard. Yeah.
I mean, I got long range cancelled by fucking everything, and
I had an Ags after like
You
fourth
need an
item,
eggs, right?
yeah, Zeus fucking insta cancel me.
and it's
Although,
global.
yeah, Axe could call and cancel me. Shaker could cancel me with Q. This cancels me, and you just ignore me. Like,
Yeah. It was like, well, you first picked this Bane, and you were like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
it was actually it was actually decent later on. But
It was
for-
alright, because you just chuck out Enfeebles, and it's really
Yes,
fucking annoying.
yeah, that's what it was.
Dude,
Really.
Enfeeble is such a shit spell. I hate
No, it's
Enfeebles
not.
so
It's
much.
such a good spell.
No, shit in terms of like, I don't want to deal with it. It's like, fuck that guy. It's
Yeah.
like, god
You have,
damn
like,
it.
you have so many dispels on Ursa though, surely.
Oh no, I'm not
Ursa
talking
is-
about Ursa in general. I'm
Oh,
just
yeah,
saying.
but in general,
like,
yeah.
Every
Ursa
hero
is a
is
pretty well-equipped hero to deal with the dispel, I suppose.
yeah.
It's funny because
Yeah.
on Shaker, when you enfeeble Shaker, the Fisher is like a
The
chode.
Fisher range,
It's like
yeah.
a chode.
Yeah.
I think I had this exact because going into I think game 3 on this series I was playing. You played Bane again, and I was playing CK, and I was like, why can't I fucking pull this guy? I'm sure I'm supposed to be able to pull him, and I was like walking in right. It's like literally
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tiniest
You're just
bit
hugging
I could
him.
pull. It's like, what the fuck?
Come here.
It is so shit. I hate it. I hate that spell, but it's good. It's a good spell. That's why I hate it.
Yeah, I think Lilith did well this game later on in the game because they had a pretty horrible game.
Yeah. Oh
For
god.
quite-
Yeah.
for-
As soon as the Satanic came out, it was like, oh fuck, we just can't.
Yeah.
We can't deal with this DK anymore. It was really
Yeah.
hard.
Props to them because they were like 0-4, I think, at one point, and it was just
Mm.
mental was pretty tough. But then they came back and basically just didn't die and got 9 kills and kind of carried the late game, as well as
Definitely.
Charlie.
Yeah. Your calls were all really annoying.
Yeah,
So,
even like
I'll
Josh.
give you props
Josh
for
died 18 times, but it really wasn't the story. That was not the story. He was
I
just
think
soaking everything.
I'm gonna say like 7 or 8 of those were in the laning stage. It was rough. It was
Yeah.
really bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, Josh. My bad.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty tough
Uh,
lane because you got a Rubik support that doesn't really do
definitely,
anything
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, I think every time Jasper went anywhere, we just killed Josh
Yeah.
basically instantly because there's nothing he could do. I think he had like 3 rings of protection and a blade mail, and I still just ate him.
Yeah.
So yeah, it happens.
I think that's
It
a lane you
happens.
have to go boots on.
I think so.
Even with the horsepower fast, I just think you have to do it.
Yeah, but yeah, we fumbled and Gukru took advantage.
Yeah.
That was a very frustrating game. I needed a few minutes to myself after this game,
Yeah.
so I could psych myself up to play the best anti-mage game I could ever do. This Henry, what do you think? How do you think this
Oh, wow.
game went?
This one.
I got -1 imp, by the way.
That's crazy. For that score, it's
Oh
actually
my
crazy.
god. This no, for that score it's crazy, but for the game it's crazy. Like, all respect to the rest of the team, this was just like the biggest 1vx ever, globally I've seen ever. This was so frustrating to play into because it was like
Yeah.
no matter it didn't
You guys
feel.
were so far ahead.
Oh my god, it was so far ahead. And then,
I could feel it. I felt you guys like breathing down my neck as well in some of these like wave cuts and shit. I was just like, I have to do it. I just had to do it.
yeah,
Like every single one. And
Yeah.
like I think post 20 minutes or maybe 15 even, I didn't die, and that was like a few of those were by the skin of my teeth. I didn't die, and it was
There was
like
some
I feel like
annoying
any one of
ones.
those,
yeah,
any one of those deaths probably could have really. Well, it just meant you guys could actually push.
yeah,
Because that's what I was doing. I was just like, I have to cut the waves so they can't push. They have no catch, so they can't catch me. I just need to get to
It's
the
great
waves.
for an anti-mage though, like the clunker and the clockwork.
But they didn't have damage with the catch.
So they catch you, and you just gotta
So-
blink out after the catch.
Yeah, exactly. I just need to hold my nerve and
Yeah.
not blink early.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Lilith was getting some annoying internet issues as well, which was like we didn't
that-
pause because there was nothing fixable, but like sometimes they'd press BKB and it wouldn't go off for like 2 seconds. It was like ugh. But
That
I
could have
didn't.
been a Manifold stun.
It could have. I think it was. I don't think it. I think it actually was internet, which is a bit annoying. But like,
Yeah.
I felt pretty useless after a time. Like I was kind of beast mode, but my KD was never any good. But I was kind of felt like a bit of a beast. But then it got to later in the game and I felt pretty useless. 'Cause the
Yeah,
rest
well, you
of your
bought the
team
Hex because I think you felt like you had to, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
But you never really
That's
want
what
to
game
be
for
pressured.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're feeling like that, then I feel like the game's already kind of said and done, in my opinion, at least.
I mean, like he doesn't have a good leash target other than you, but you just blink away. So
Yeah, you don't really want
Primal
to
doesn't
walk
really
into
care, Sand King
Sandstorm.
doesn't care. Yeah.
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 This was
Um,
a very early Razor pick, so we had a lot of time to think about what we wanted
Yeah.
against it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the anti-mage was pretty good against it. I mean, sometimes like the damage can be a bit too much. Like I think in lane it went. I mean, it says it was a draw. I think was it a draw? Please give me a win against Matt. No, it was a draw. So yeah,
Yeah, I don't think I was ever going to win that lane. I just
No.
needed to farm enough
farm
to
and
be
leave,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So 14-minute Battle Fury, I'll say that's all right.
Yeah, it was
Into a razor
that's not
lane.
bad.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
yeah.
And then only up and up because like after the laning stage, you guys were like 3k ahead, and it just felt like you guys were going to push an end, and I was really worried that I was going to have to come back to the base. And
You
luckily,
kind of can't though into like Sandstorm.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's Jakiro, like that's hard to push up like high
Yeah,
ground. Like, it's usually
yeah,
a little bit easier.
this is what I was saying, like, because you can give me as many props as you like, but my team held the base. I never felt like I had to come back, which
Okay.
was like if I had to, then I would have fucked up my farm.
Look
so.
at your KD here,
Oh,
and then watch
yeah,
when I
I know.
slide it over to the right. You didn't
It's
die.
like
Right.
12,
Just like
yeah, I
20
didn't
kills
die.
in a row.
20 kills in what 50?
That's
Not
just
even
anti-mage
15
gaming
minutes?
though. He just hits like the threshold where you're like, oh, okay, well it's over now. Like anti-mage is
Yeah,
online.
that's what Strat said. It's over now. -1. Unlucky.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, try again next time.
Imposter. Okay, and then it meant that it was 1-1 going into the final game, and Dagicles take the win.
Yes, I love
Yeah.
Chaos Knight.
This was, yeah,
I love Chaos Knight.
yeah.
Moose, what are your thoughts about Chaos Knight? You must love Chaos Knight too. He's great.
Yeah, we talked about this the other day, didn't we? I think
I
he's
love
a bad
Chaos
hero.
Knight. I think he's
You
very
must think
good.
he's great.
You-
I think he's
You
bad.
told me to think he's to play him off lane, but I can't see that.
Oh no, I think that's no. I must have been lying because you should not play him
When
off
you're
lane.
either maybe trying to implant ideas in my head for the finals, like, oh yeah, pick CK, it's pretty good.
I mean, I think everyone should play CK because I value fun over winning. Off-lane CK is impossible. Don't do that. Just absolutely don't do that. Speaking of absolutely don't do that, it's in the off-lane. Off-lane Abaddon. Don't
What's
do
wrong
that.
with it?
Yeah.
It didn't
I
go
think
very.
it's really easy to take advantage of in lane.
I
Yeah,
played it
I think-
once and it did really well. Once
Yeah,
it
but
against you, though, granted.
It's like I feel like it's better. You need to protect him more. Levels 1 to 5 and 6 is if you don't protect him, he can just like what happened in this game. Basically, could just get walked down because the lane
Yeah.
where the off lane is, your lane is so long. Like to get back to the tower, you've got no protection all the way back to there, and it's like
Yeah.
you can just get walked down by like.
It's all in like the wave management, and I think later
Yeah.
like that, like you have to.
Yeah, and
keep
we
it
held the
close to
wave.
tower. Yeah.
I think we held the wave pretty well near the tower, and it just like every time Josh stepped up, it was just like he had to walk back or die.
yeah. This AA poke was really annoying. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what items Josh went in lane, but it was like he didn't ever really have much regen, and it felt like I couldn't do enough, and he couldn't.
You couldn't give him enough
sustain-
regen.
Yeah, and he couldn't sustain through the harass in the lane. Is what it felt like. I
If
don't
you
know.
bought one set of tangos,
I mean, CK is really hard to sustain against because you kind of can't beat him because of the regen he gets on groups.
Mm-hmm.
Like you kind of can't out sustain CK. I don't even think like a hero like Necro could do it.
well,
it's just too hard.
actually, pro tip: he doesn't heal against creeps anymore. Basically,
Oh,
so
really?
if you want to regen, you have to just man up
Hit
and
people.
sight it in arrows.
I
Like you
didn't
have to
know
just because they made it so that it followed the. They standardized creep lifesteal rules,
Yeah.
like so that it was a lot
a lot
lower, and that
faster,
was the CK's one went to that as well. because before it was an exception and now it's not.
I remember it was absurd. Like you'd harass him out to 100 HP, he'd hit 3 creeps, and he's like suddenly 4 HP.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
So now it's like a reasonable level of lifesteal, which
Yeah.
isn't really enough to sustain the CK usually. But
Yeah.
but yeah, it did go well this lane. It went really well, and we sort of just snowballed. As
Yeah.
soon as Daggy got a blink, like Lab got the radiance, and we just went go go go.
Yeah.
And just
That's
not
kinda,
didn't
that's
stop
kinda like
running
what
at you
CK
guys.
wants to do, right? Like he wants to just group with his
Yeah.
team, get the armlet, Orchid, and then yeah.
Yeah, it was literally like so. Yeah, Daggy got the blink at 15. I got my Orchid. Lab got the radiance at 17, and then like after 17, 18 minutes, we were just like, yeah, but we just put the foot on the gas and just try and end. And we basically just sort of forced through you guys. I think there wasn't too much strategy to this game. It was just go and fight.
I swear I've got my thing wrong.
What have you done?
No, I don't. I have it right. Okay, no mind. I was looking at the image, and I think I thought I got the team of the week for last week wrong, but I think I got it right. I think it's fine. Okay.
It's fine. Don't worry.
So
you'd be the only one that notices. But yeah.
Yeah.
So this is so Daggy Clue's winning this game. We went on to the grand finals, and we're still waiting for that.
Yep.
to come.
And then
No spoilers yet.
Gukru would have to face
Gukru are facing two Alexes
in the lower bracket.
in the lower bracket final.
We'll
And
get
a
on
snub
to
as
that.
fuck Toad. Yeah.
Yes,
So,
that's right.
Next game we have CBA versus Tidebound, and this was for the this was
Shit, this game
spoon
was long.
this
What
was
the fuck?
spoon upper spoon lower
No,
bracket
this is
final.
Lower bracket final, yeah.
Yeah.
Am I seeing? No, there's no subs here actually. I think this is pretty much both teams on full.
No,
Bajan's in
Bajan
actually.
sub.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bajan's
So
in.
this was an interesting game. In fact, this was not the first game. This
I'm looking
was
at
the first game.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at game 2 as well. Yeah.
So this was a light 7 carry. I was really impressed.
Yeah, this is
by
unusual.
It was so clean. Like there was nothing. We literally talked about this before the episode, Matt.
Yeah, we were just talking pre-pod about Light 7. Yeah.
There's nothing flashy about this game from Nick. It was literally like just a great game, but there was nothing where it's like, oh my god, he's popping off. No, he's just doing everything right, and it was like,
Yeah.
he was farming well, he was killing well, he was staying out of danger well, and he won the game. That was like, it was really good.
Is this not like a
Clean.
really hard Luna game? Like this on paper looks like a hard Luna game to me.
I think maybe if you're assuming Luna gets doomed every time, yes, I think
He
Doom
gets
has
doomed and
two
then
other
leashed and then
targets.
timbered. Like I don't see how Luna ever has a game.
So
I mean,
I
he must
think
have made it
Razor's
quite
actually
well.
kind of bad. I think Razor's actually kind of bad into Luna these days, because Luna
Because of
front
that.
loads all of her damage.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
I disagree because before Pike, you get a blade mail on Razor, and then there's nothing that Luna can do.
If you're getting a blade mail on one Razor, I feel like you're already.
That's the thing. If that's the thing, it is a 1 Razor, not a 3 Razor.
Yeah,
So that's
it's
where
a-
it's
Yeah.
different.
I don't actually hate that idea. That does sound kind of funny, but like, what do you do then later on in the game against the Luna?
No, that's where it becomes a problem. But then you've got
I think
Doom, I guess.
I mean, the way you beat Luna is you just don't let her get like 6 items up on you, right? Like you just kind of keep it equal.
Yeah.
Because
Or just
she
win
always loses.
fast.
Like if she has equal net worth to the other carry, they always lose. Like, that's just what Luna does. You need to be like
Yeah.
2-3 items ahead of said carry.
Yeah. Monty had a fucking fire game here as well.
Oh yeah,
So did
Monty had a
Bajan.
storming game on this one. Like his Pudge is
good.
just they're fucking first phasing Pudge every game, and they're just like he's getting away with it. He's getting away with murder.
Yeah, because he's that good.
He's just good at
At
Pudge. I don't
Pudge.
get it.
Yeah.
It's quite a good hero right now. I see a lot of people have been playing it offlane. Like it's just tanky. It's just really hard to kill, especially with like the good mids like Quap. Like it's just immune to Quap basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, Void Spirit too. I suppose it's also
Yeah.
probably immune to.
How do you kill
Ember.
Pudge on those 2 heroes? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's an interesting point, actually. I never really thought about it like that.
I've seen it a lot in pubs, like pos 3 Pudge mostly.
Yeah.
Oh, BRB messaging lab.
And then this Andrew Timber was doing decent, but it felt like Sean was never really able to get into the game that much on this Razor, and just a really clean game by Radiant. So it meant that
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
Taiban had to win the second game.
This was a
This was it.
long ass game.
Wow.
Yes. Oh
70,
wow.
67 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was
On the Pudge again as well.
On
Pudge
the Pudge
again,
again.
first pick.
Yeah. Oh. I don't even know how to start this game. Sean on Clinks did amazing. That was the first thing I wanted to address, because I played a lot of Clinks and it looked like he was doing everything right on it. At least from what I could see, he seemed really, really comfortable, way more comfortable than the Razor even, and the Razor's like his best hero.
Yeah.
Andrew was pretty sick, but Monty Pudge again, like dying 11 times, ignore that because it was just not relevant. Like in the later fights, he was getting some crazy repositioning onto everybody, and it just meant the fights were so like they were taking fights that were so impossible to win on the starting terms alone. Like it was.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. For like a hero like DK, if you get hooked out of position, it's actually kind of awful for you because you sort of live and die off your positioning and your tankiness. If you just get pulled out of position into 5 heroes, it doesn't really matter how tanky you are.
Clinks as well, right? Like a hook on
Clinks as well. Even Underlord. Underlord's not that tanky if you're in the middle of 5.
Fuck it and die, everybody.
You just throw your Undying to the hook, just like get in the way, get in the way.
Do Undying, respawn and fountain, TP back in.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
I'm cooking.
the only solution.
That's the new Moose build offlane.
It's actually pretty good. Bots 2 on Undying is kind of.
Can you
Hold
imagine?
on, I'm gonna try that.
Radiance
I'm actually gonna try that. Yeah, that'll be sick. Because I mean,
it sounds horrible.
no, but today in in the PGL tournament, there was a Nature's Prophet carry by Mickey, and he just manned up to the Deucer, 1v1 them, died, but the Deucer was on like 1 mana, and then he just bought back, TP'd in, and won the game because Deucer was on buyback. Like it works. Cheap, poor man's bots too.
Carry is back, Henry. Is Nature's carry back?
I mean, I think it's won 70% of games at the tournament. That's all I'm saying. So yeah,
pick Nature's. Yes.
CBA advance over Tidebound. Tidebound get knocked out in 8th place.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because
I don't know.
Because 6th would be the because 5th. No, 5th, 6th, 7th, 9th.
5th,
no, 8th,
7th.
7th. No, 8th. Because 7th would be the loser of the final, and then the winner of the spoon final would be 9th. 9th place.
9th.
9th. Damn.
9th. I
9th.
think.
Yeah, it's 9th because then it's 7th. 8. No, it's 7th 6. No, then it's 8 7, and then the top 6 go to others. That's true. So it's 9th. All right, moving on. Where are we?
That's the most unhinged you've been on the pod yet. What the fuck?
Welcome to the pod.
I'm just gonna check on Arthur. I'll just be 2 secs. You carry on.
Yeah.
This is my team's game.
Yeah, this is your team's game. So we had, you weren't actually in it.
No, this was a Toad in a Moose costume.
Yeah, Toad in a Moose costume, and this was the knockout game. So, I think, just going into this, I know there are some watchers of the pod who are on Gukru too, and they might kill me if I say it, but this team was probably the favourite to win the whole season at the start.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think it was like, a lot of people thought it was going to be a clear favourite. Like, maybe Matt's team was near, but not.
I don't think Matt was very rated at the start.
I was more scared of Gukru.
Yeah, it wasn't very.
Matt's team. To be honest, yeah.
Matt's team was like, we thought they were a good team, but this team was like, they're going to win easily.
I think the problem I had with it is they don't really have a weak link. Like all of them are just competent players. Like there's not really one guy you can bully. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like all of them are okay. Like pretty good. So it's like,
they don't have a star player, but they're all very, very good. Yeah. They're all like, I think the lowest rank is Ancient 5 or something stupid.
Yeah,
which is what I mean. Yeah.
So it's dumb, but in fact. Oh no, customer subbing. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, Beans is the lowest. Beans is Ancient. Beans is only Ancient 1.
Yeah,
I think that's an old rank. Is that?
Okay.
Even if you were to say, even if you were to have the sub in, Custard's also not really a weak link, is he? Like not really.
Yeah.
So
first game. This was, Custard subbing, and then, was I casting this? No, I was watching.
I watched a little bit of this one back.
Was I casting? I was casting it.
Yeah, I think you did cast it. Yeah.
With JPK, and this was the freest Deucer game we done ever see a blood on. Like, there was. I mean,
they do have like 0 Deucer.
They don't.
Like,
they literally. Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, this was the game where Ed just rolled with the laning stage and just ran away with it, didn't he? He fully ran away with the game.
Can we get like a net worth chart?
Check his net worth at like 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
12
if you just
minutes.
scroll on the bottom,
back,
like
yeah.
his net worth was like
6K.
the highest by and then if
That's a lot.
you just watch, it just goes up and up and up like crazy. Like he's just like 5 or 6K above the next.
Average Medusa game, right? Like,
Yeah, but this
Well,
was not just the
because he went
average.
this crazy farm build as well. Like he went the Axe Mjolnir.
0 in performance.
that's
by
why
the
his
way.
net worth was so high then, yeah.
Yeah, he just went full farm mode.
I mean, if you can abuse
Like,
the
went
space and no
crazy.
one's punishing you, then absolutely do it.
Yeah. There were a couple of points where I thought Finn was gonna pull it back with like some of these crazy team plays. I'm not gonna lie.
I watched a couple of like the highlights, and there was a couple like I think it was JPK and Henry obviously just going mental when Toad just walked up. Finn just walks up like 2 shots to Medusa. I'm like, I don't really like I know what ET does, but I don't really understand the hero, if you know what I mean, because I don't see him enough. So sometimes it like really catches you off guard. He just like walks up with his 5
Yeah,
plus
and he
500
just
damage
fucking-
and 3 shots people. I'm like, whoa, okay.
Yeah. Against Ricky, it's kind of probably more noticeable because you can literally like 1 or 2 hit that guy and he just dies.
It's all armor, isn't he? He's like
It's all armor.
2000
Yeah.
HP with it,
Charlie looked sick on this Ricky. He played it. He played
yeah.
it earlier in the day. I think I played a game with it like 2 hours before this game, and it was fucking mint. Like it does so much. In fact, I think he played it past 4 in that game, but he went contract killer and it was pretty cool. But then to see him play mid was sick. So that was an interesting game because it meant that Gukuru have one hand on the final place slot, and second game was a comeback. This time,
Green Machine.
it was
Telling you,
fucking
Green
Green
Machine.
Machine game. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
Edgar, I don't even really understand how Edgar won this game because I actually think it should be really fucking hard. Like,
I don't want to give too many secrets away about Necrophos because favorite hero, but Necrophos into Raking is unplayable, like actually unplayable. It is
because of
impossible to beat Necro as Wraith King.
Is it because of the
Because of the skeletons.
skellies? Yeah.
You kill Wraith King. So the way Necro works with this like bots 2 weird build is you walk in and you scythe the first guy on 50% HP. It doesn't matter if it's Wraith King with ult up. It doesn't matter if it's a BKB guy. You scythe the first guy you see, get the stacks, press Q. If it's Wraith King, great. He dies, respawns, spawn skeletons, kill him again, or press Q, kill skeletons. Suddenly, your AoE is the entire screen. You have 600 regen, and everyone within a 2,000 unit radius from you is just ticking like a 500 damage per second, and then they all die. It's unplayable.
I wonder what the
quick
win rate is on
quick
Dota.
caveat: that build does also cost about 12,000 gold.
It does.
just
Quick,
get there.
caveat:
Easy.
don't lose lane and then do this.
Yes, you do need to
Win
be. You
lane.
need to be relatively rich to make that work.
Or just ignore your team and like play like a real offlane night.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think it
Yes.
might be. Is it the only person that Wraith King
The Mustra.
has a losing?
Yeah,
Worst
it's genuinely
versus-
unplayable. I've played both sides of the matchup. It's not fun.
It's the only one. It's actually the only hero that Wraith King does not have a negative win rate. And not have a. Oh no, it's not.
What
No,
about
it's not.
spectral
It's
spectral
me
blade
pwn him
Wraith
dying, but
Yeah, unironically, if you're playing like Wraith King into a Necro, just take the Spectral Blade. It's not even worth it.
King?
Don't
Yeah, you
even
just go
consider
Radiance
it.
Blink,
Yeah,
wake up and go Nullifier,
I mean, pretty much.
and then just kill Necro. Oh
And
no,
then Bone Guard is unplayable.
he's got 700 health. How am I gonna kill him? Ah!
Yeah, and then he buys a BKB and kills you anyway. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, this was Edgar was the
Edgar
was
went beast mode.
was the deep sea king in this one.
Yeah.
The deep underworld king of stink.
The
I was so happy,
unknowable- the
I was so happy
unknowable
that he did it. Because he said in we have like a team chat and he was like, I think I'm gonna do your build, Noose, and I was like,
Yeah, well, yeah. There we go. 22-minute bots.
telling you, it's
14-minute radius,
I'm a
22-minute
green
bots too.
machine.
Jesus. I mean, it was sick, and he was turning up to every fight and just
No,
being
he
an
was.
absolute
It's
menace.
so good, man. I'm so glad that Edgar had success on it as well. But
It's
he
interesting
made it
as
look
well,
really good.
yeah.
He did. He made it look really good.
It does also make a difference, I suppose, that their team doesn't really push buildings very well.
Well,
I think maybe if they had more of a pushing lineup, maybe it might look worse. Because you just take like all the
I
outer
dunno,
towers
they-
before Necro's got any buildings.
They're not that
items, sorry.
unpush. Like, Wraith King's big push.
That Ursa doesn't do shit.
Ursa
It's literally
doesn't
just
do
Wraith
Ice
King.
doesn't hit buildings. It's Wraith King and Wraith King basically.
And that's
Yeah,
it. And
yeah.
Wraith King's not that good anymore.
Nah.
I mean, he's still as good. Just
He's
not
still good, but they have a lot
intellectual.
of answers to it.
He is good. He has
No.
like still a
Okay.
busted win rate.
The asterisk to this is he was a lot better before the nerf.
Yeah.
He's playable, but he's not broken anymore.
No, he's
He
not
was
broken. He's just
before.
still he is good though.
Yeah. Matt doesn't agree. Matt hates this
No.
hero.
I think Wraith King was bad before the nerfs.
That's because
Well,
you know how to play against him, though.
Yeah.
I think he's bad.
If
I
you're
don't
2K
know.
like me, you can just pick it and nobody knows what to do. You just run
Because everyone
down
dumps
the
their
lane
spells in
and
the
win.
first life, and they're like, "Oh, he's respawned now. I have no cooldowns. Oh well,
Yeah.
I guess I'll die."
Yeah, exactly.
And then you
And-
realise he's a 285 move speed hero with
Yeah,
no
and then you
attack
just
speed and
yawn
no
him and
base
walk
damage.
away. Yeah.
Yeah. So that meant that it was 1-1 going into the final game, which was an upset. So
It was a
Did
comeback.
it again.
It was a
Edgar
comeback.
Did it again.
Edgar did it again, and they let
Green
Finn
light.
get axe, which is crazy work.
It is.
And it was Yam was absolutely on fire, literally on this Lena.
Yeah, Lena looked
So
really
was
good.
Lilith, to be
Lena
fair.
did
Both
good,
carries were absolutely pranging
Yeah,
out.
Lilith on the TA. It's the signature hero, right?
Both, and oh my god, Jasper playing Undying made me want to play Undying. He made it look so good. I don't know how, like the way he was playing with his like Soul Rip. I was like, this looks sick. Soul Rip actually looks
Yeah, did
like
he
a
max
good
Soul
spell.
Rip? Did he max Soul Rip?
I don't know, but it was sick. Hold
I
on.
think he might have done because I was like, yeah, he max Soul Rip
yeah,
second.
second,
That's
yeah.
crazy. That's crazy. That's wild.
But
That's
it was sick. It was so good.
situations.
But yeah, Gukru get knocked out in third place, and the final is going to be between Matt's team and two Alexes on a snub AF Moose, which should have Moose back in? Question mark? Maybe
I
possibly.
might just ask Finn to sub. He seems to be doing better than I did against Goku. I'll just message him, "Hey, I'm gonna be sick today. Please play."
Yeah, I'm actually scheduling a sick break for tomorrow.
No, I think I'll be there. I think it'll be good.
Yeah. So yeah, my personal MVP for this game was Yam. I thought they did amazing. Finn was also really good. In fact, everyone in the whole game was sick, but
Everyone gets an award.
everyone gets an award. Yeah, we'll have to see. Maybe there's some Team of the Week players.
Oh,
You never know. So then we had
series we got.
CBA
It's,
versus Strong Opinions for the spoon final.
Spoon. Who gets the wooden spoon?
Yeah, and this was CBA. It was Mogster instead of Monster in this game as well. So
There were a few subs in this game, quite a lot actually,
Yeah,
weren't there?
there was a Jorky instead of Borky. There was
Yeah.
we'll see in the second and third games. Don't want to do any spoilers if they exist. Was Ed Scaife for Sam, and I think that's it. Yeah, 3 subs.
How did you win top lane here?
I just might be the greatest ever. No, it's because Nick's the greatest ever.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is this not a decent Timber game? Like the lane.
I think
isn't
it's
that
a hard
difficult.
lane.
Really?
I think it's annoying.
I think
yeah.
I think Timber just beats Drug like by default.
I think it's pretty. I think
You really don't agree, man? Like he presses Q, you just Timber turn away.
Yeah,
There's a Shadow Shaman.
there is a Shadow Shaman, but also
I don't know.
it's
I don't think
still.
so.
Chicken fingers to cancel the timber chain, and then you got all the disables.
I suppose.
I mean, Shaman, yeah, but the joke it felt pretty easy into the joke, like because Nick.
I do think Jug is a shocking hero right now. I think he's very
He's so bad. I hate Jug. I don't know if you guys don't want to foreshadow again my names, but don't pick Jug.
I mean, Nick was basically just bullying the Shaman out, so it meant that I could just max Q, put 1 point in Timber Chain, and then just press Q on the Jug, and the Jug just died.
Yeah,
Not necessarily
that sounds
died,
just
but,
about
Way
right.
of doing it, yeah.
That's the easiest way of playing timber. Yeah.
Yeah, I was the Land King boss here. Okay, I don't want to. Oh, by the way, Samuel played amazing in this game, like absolutely amazing.
Like,
This
yeah,
was
it scores
a
pretty
world
incredible.
eater performance. However, I've got some things to say about this build from Ellie. So let's just take this one from the start.
We got tings. We got tings.
Rush
By the way,
Rod.
this is Ellie who absolutely like schlanged in this bot lane and had an amazing start, like as good a start as I did on the Timber. So, Wraithband first, fine. Stick, fine. Boots, fine. 4 mangoes taking up 2 slots. Okay. Then a Mithril Hammer, which was backpacked for 4 minutes instead of a mango. Then a Maelstrom. Okay, Maelstrom. Then there was an Atos, which doesn't build into Gleipnir anymore.
Up there anymore, yeah.
Then there was a 4-staff. Then it was a Hurricane Pike. Then the build gets good. But I don't think this.
Do we think they didn't know about the Gleipnir change? Is
Maybe.
They did not know about the
Yeah,
change.
maybe.
There's no way.
I think it
Yeah.
needed. I think this build needed a shard quite early. I think it needed some items in a different
Treads?
order. Yeah, treads,
Oh, yeah,
and
finishing the
not,
treads probably would
not an Atos. But they did play exceptionally for like past. In fact, in the laning stage, then they had a farming era of which they accumulated certain items. But then from like this 35-minute onwards, it was like they played so well. And yeah, eventually we were just kind of able to run them down, run and gun them. Jug was pretty scary though. I will say that.
Yeah, if you can get items on Jug, he still does do Jug shit. It's just like getting items on Jug is not easy.
I
these
think that hero
days.
sucks even with items. I've seen 6-slot jugs in my games just die. Like they blink in ult, kill one guy, then get stunned and die.
Yeah, I know. I did say
I
I caveated it with Jug. Six like
Yeah.
does do Jug things, which
Which is kill one guy and then die.
yeah, it's not ideal,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Also, Nick had 30,000 net worth at the end. Was becoming a third core.
Did he just become a
Fourth
core? He
core,
just
yeah.
transitioned.
I mean,
Yeah.
his build was like, yeah, it was kind of like
Oh yeah,
pseudo,
he's got
pseudo.
mana regen.
off-
Yeah, the like tank build. Yeah, the
Yeah,
offlane
yeah.
build. Yeah.
And also,
sense.
Sam did solo kill me by outplaying me at like here. It was really annoying. I got him like super low, but then because I queued, and then everything was dead, and there were no creeps, and he just omni slashed me on 10% HP and killed me from full. Annoying. Anyway, second game. Please hold. There we go. Sam will Void Spirit, man.
Yeah, that's a sick
Yeah,
hero.
some avoid spirit. Yeah,
Very good fight, yeah.
it's a really hard matchup against DP. Like really difficult. It's like she sort of just stops whatever you want to do at most points of the game. So, and it looks like Higgsy did have a fucking sick game this game.
He did,
So,
and he was absolutely
don't
killing it on
blame
the
him
laning
for this.
stage.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
but like it was basically 2k ahead of Samuel in the lane. But the other lanes were kind of going quite nicely. Like
you
Ali had a
Mog
good.
Dead. You Mog Dead 5.
I might have done. Yeah, the
It
casters.
certainly appears that you Mog Dead 5.
The casters did not like the Undying into Drow, but what can you do?
I think right. I don't know. I think you just get boots and run at her with like level 3 silver or level 3
Yeah,
DK.
I didn't only get boots. I got phase boots. I was
Phase
sprinting
boots.
in.
Phase boots
And the
windlays.
windlays, nice. No,
And
this is
windlays.
sick. This
Yeah,
is
I love
perfect.
windlays. I'm a windlays connoisseur.
Yeah,
I love the iron.
No, your build is it's pretty much exactly what I'd do. I would get a soul ring, but you know.
that I just fucked
No, I
that
fuck with the phase
up.
boots before the soaring.
Yeah,
it-
because-
No, I'm saying I'm looking at post like Blade
Oh
Mail.
yeah, post.
Oh yeah.
probably.
Wait, did I get one?
You did not get one.
No, I just went fuck it, Ags. BKB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have the mana, why not?
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty juiced up. I think both of these guys had
Six deaths is a lot of mana regeneration.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
That's when you instant respawn. You needed the bots third item.
I mean, I don't know. I think bots too radiant on
right?
I don't know.
Okay,
Higgsy,
fine. I'll try it, guys. I'll try it.
yeah, try it. Higgsy played really well this game, but
Yeah, he did.
the problem with having Samel jumping around and Ellie both jumping around and a soup in the kind of midst of it is that I
And a
didn't really,
tomb.
yeah, I didn't really need to be in the fight at all. So I would blink over the fight every time and put a tomb down and then bully Drow with blade mail, and the Shaker couldn't blink because there's zombies on him. So
Yeah,
it was
you
like
just go and look
there's
for-
no
you look
Shaker
for
and
the
no Drow.
supports, right?
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
just looked for Drow and Shaker. So it made the fights quite easy because they were just killing themselves on me or not able to get
So
it.
you were just making noise while
I was
your other
noisy.
claws were killing people.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Samel
you're
was doing
noisy.
Samel
I like
things.
noisemakers in Dota. They're my favorite people to play with.
Yeah, but
Floppiest is the ultimate noisemaker.
Imagine if Luppius
Like-
and Butterbean's noise-making allegiance. That'd
Yeah.
be pretty strong.
Bajan's getting good at it. By the way, on
Bajan's
clock.
nice,
Like he's
yeah.
getting good. He's getting
Bajan,
really
yeah.
good. He's getting very noisy.
He's getting pretty noisy. Who's a noisy carry? I mean, JPK's a pretty
Me.
noisy carry.
I'm a
You're pretty
noisy carry.
Yeah, Matt is definitely in places that Matt shouldn't be. Like when I play against you, Matt, I'm like, oh, this guy's alone, and then suddenly
Solo kill.
the AFK farming like pos 5 or pos 1 Medusa is there, and I'm like, why are you here, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're very good at that. It's true.
That's why I'm good at CK. I just get random kills.
You're just
Yeah,
noise, and
you're
there's
very
more
good at
noise because there's more illusions.
Yeah. I should get axe more often.
Yeah,
But
really.
yes, so this was a pretty resounding victory for CBA, featuring Mogga
Yeah,
and
feature-
Jogger.
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 Jogger. Yeah, and I think as well, we are allowed to have opinions on the podcast.
Strong opinions.
And
Yeah.
maybe some strong opinions. A lot of people's second favourites for winning the entire season.
Yeah, I thought this team looked really good.
And yeah, they are finishing in 8th place.
8th place, yeah.
Yeah, which is, I don't think any of them necessarily had bad seasons. I just think, I don't know. I don't really know what happened to this team. They always seem strong in the games.
There's a
but
lot
they
of
just didn't
subs.
win.
A lot of subs.
A lot of subs.
Yeah.
That's true.
And they got unfortunate with a lot of that stuff. So I think they only really had a full game. I think their first game as a full roster was against my team in the regular season, which was their last game of the regular season.
Oh my god. Okay.
So, and then I don't think that got much better going into the playoffs. So,
So they didn't have like time to like gel together and
Yeah.
no,
makes sense.
Yeah. That's fair.
unfortunate.
I thought it was
to
a
be
really,
sure.
really well drafted team by Kiwi originally.
Yeah, I think so.
I
It's
think
a well-rounded
was-
team, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to see a similar team in future seasons, just to kind of when they've had a bit more time to gel. I think it could do very well.
Yeah, can we run teams back? I'll run this one back.
No, not happening. Okay, team of the week. Let me switch off my screen.
Team of the week. And then we'll go on to questions. While you're setting up team of the week, I'm just gonna this game that you said you played with Charlie at Pos 4 Ricky. Why did you go blink 14 minutes on Nature's Prophet? What's that all about, Mogger?
Link.
Do we need to have a look? Can you send me the game?
You only
on
went
strats?
earn blink, and I've
Send me
put this
the
up
send me
on
the
my-
game on strats.
I kind of fuck with it.
Bro, it was doing the most. Nobody in that game could tell me it wasn't doing the most. Let's have a look at this real quick. Change my screen. Yeah,
He's
so
the kind of guy to buy bots on Nature's.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm just
I
like,
built-
because you didn't earn, and then you just built a blink. So I'm like, what
It was
happened here?
fucking
No
good.
boots either, like no treads, like
no,
nothing.
no
just
boots.
straight.
Because you know why it was? This axe kept blinking on me, and this like things just kept happening, and I was like, bro, if I had a blink right now, this would be sick. So I built a blink,
Blinking out of the call.
and every time axe blinked on me, I just blink away, so he could never get the call on me. It was so good.
There's no way you were reacting fast enough.
Watch the
unless axe was,
replay.
like,
Watch the
really good.
replay.
I believe you, but like that, like, how is he making that mistake? Like that's fast.
It's
Like
a
that's
long-
really
it's a
good
long-
reaction.
No.
It's a long, no, it's a long
No.
duration. It's a long cast point.
If
Yeah,
he's
I'd be,
blinking
like,
from
ready.
vision, okay, but
Yeah,
like,
it was a lot of
blind,
time. No, it was
that's
a
hard.
There was one blind, I think, but it was.
That's really impressive if you did that. I'm not gonna
but
lie.
but I
That
was
would be
ready.
very-
I was like holding my blink key ready because I thought somebody might.
Were you
jump
like alt casting it or like double tapping it? Or...
No, I just had it like prepped on the
Oh, you're
ground,
like
ready
ready
to
to
just
click.
click.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Very impressive though. Well played.
Thanks. Yeah. Anyway, moving back onto
Yeah, just wanted to derail quickly for that. My bad.
Sorry guys. Sorry.
moving back onto team of the week. So let's have a look. Let me load these
Yeah,
up.
that one caught my interest. I was just like, wait, what's going on here?
First person we have Beja99 with
Bajan
a
99.
32 imp and dying game. A lot of XPM, a lot of assists. Let's be said.
It's a very good like score.
Mm.
That's just
Especially
like,
Yeah,
for
it's a
support.
really good score.
Didn't kill,
That's the
steal, didn't
ultimate-
die, super assist.
Ultimate. Whoa, flashbang. Yeah, ultimate support build there.
Yep.
Support scoreline. Can't get better than that.
Edgar's Necro on the
Green machine.
green
I
machine,
love
the
it. I love to see
teleporting
it.
machine.
I love to see it.
Yeah. Then we had H dead. That was
H dead.
H jogger.
H jogger. Don't know why. There must have been some.
We don't look at that. Yeah,
don't look
it
at that.
confused the kills and the imp. It kind of.
I need to remove the line in the code actually that says give H Mogger MVP. Life 7 on this Rubik game. This was crazy. I'm surprised he didn't go for the Medusa game as well.
I was gonna
That
say if you told me he got it, I would have said for the Medusa game as well, or even the Luna game. Was that not this
Yeah,
week?
it was,
Yeah.
but it wasn't an MVP performance apparently.
So-
And then Matt, yourself on
I'm
the
MVP performance and losing. That's
losing
pretty good, I
MVP.
think.
What can
Yeah.
you do?
That's pretty crazy. Is
1,100 XPM.
How often does that happen that you get MVP of
Not
it's
very
only, like, on
often.
like
It
losing
does,
game? That's gotta
it
be
does.
really rare.
No,
I don't throw.
it's like
No.
no, not just you, Matt, but like in general, it's like I'd say we get an MVP on a losing team like most weeks, like at least half the weeks.
Yeah, like one or two. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your profile picture?
It's from a game of a Jackbox game or something. I think it was like
Nice.
the one where you, like Chinese whispers were drawing.
Yeah, okay.
Something.
Yeah,
What was
yeah.
the Chinese whisper for this one?
Yeah, I don't know.
I was like Melon Matt destroys society or something, or Titan. No, I think it was Titan to destroy society, and then it went on to Melon Matt destroys like hates people or something like that.
Oh, I see.
Something
I
like
see.
that. Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah. So well done, team of the weakers.
Thank you.
Let me switch back. Right. What have we got next?
Again, I'd like to just reiterate: there is no bias amongst the hosts of the podcast.
No,
So
absolutely.
no, you
We
guys
do
are
this
getting a lot of
purely-
MVPs.
We do this purely based on the numbers.
Purely based on the numbers. And let me just be said that IDL Streets number 3 and number 4 are not us either.
Don't know who those guys are.
Don't know who these guys
Don't
are.
know.
Okay, we've got some questions for the Moose Owner de Luz.
go.
Holy shit, we've got a lot of questions. Oh my god.
Is that good or bad? I don't know.
This, well, it's not good for our time. It's gonna need to be quick.
Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah, let's do quick fire.
quick fire. So, from Custard, what has surprised you most about playing in IDL? I understand it's a pretty different environment than you used to play in.
Yeah, so this is actually a good question. The thing that surprised me the most was I'm a very like pub-oriented player. I mean, that's not a secret, right? Like I spam queue pubs like all day. So the way I play Dota is very selfish, and I think I came into IDL with the expectation that I could just play selfish and bully lower ranked players, but it's very much the opposite. And I've realized.
You
when
mean
I've
in game,
matured-
not
yeah, in game,
Okay, yeah,
in game.
right.
To clarify, bully lower ranked players in game by abusing MMR differences. To clarify.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Somebody
so,
clip that and splice it.
but yeah.
Abuse,
fuck.
bully.
But
Lower.
But yeah, I very much have learned to play with my team more, and I think IDL teams are much better at playing together than pubs for obvious reasons, and I
Yes.
think I've had to adapt as a player to be less solo like queue mentally, if that makes sense.
Yeah, just to add on to that, you realize quite quickly that it's once you start to get ahead in a game, people will come to you and fuck
Oh
you
yeah,
up.
yeah, which doesn't
Like-
happen in ranked. Like I could be like
No.
20-0 in ranked and no one will gank me because I
Exactly.
can't. But,
So
yeah, but
if,
in
if that
IDL
starts
they'll just
happening, yeah,
100%.
messed
You got to play with your team in IDL. It's not debatable.
Yeah. Okay, question 2. Choose one member of IDL to have beef with. From here in forevermore. Justify your new beef.
Lie of 7. Me and him can't lane
Oh.
together, dude.
Oh.
No?
It's
Oh,
not
it's
even.
not
He
beef.
knows this as well, so this is not even a shock for him. We cannot lane together. I think we have a ranked win rate of like 12% when we queue
Oh
together.
my god.
I don't think we've won a lane in like any game we've played. Maybe like one in like 20, 25 games. So he's my beef. I cannot lane with you. I don't know what it is. I don't think you're bad. I don't think I'm bad. We suck
Yeah.
together.
Fair. Okay, Yam. No, sorry, Yoga. Yam inspired by Mogger. You have to choose Radiant or Dire as a Dire Throne as a Lu. Which one do you pick and why? To be fair, wait, hold on. Let me just Radiant and Dire. Let me
No,
just-
I mean I could picture it in my head because I got like a skin for it, right? But I think
Bro.
That's dire.
Ain't no way, bro.
it's got to be Radiant, dude. I feel like Die would like burn, you know? You'd be like
Yeah,
eat,
look, there you go.
like, spicy
Hold on.
curry like the night
Spice.
after.
This one could like Loki just insert and you'd be done with it. This one would be like Loki though. It would incinerate the poo. Okay,
No,
next
it's got to be
question.
Radiant, dude. There's no answer to that question.
Next question. Oh my god, Jesus. From Incognito.
Oh.
Now that you've cemented yourself as the highest elo offlaner in the league, is it true that you're taking a break from season 41 to return as a mid specialist looking to hunt down Andrew on the elo chart?
I don't
You're
even know who this is from.
Are you not
That's
playing?
like-
You're not playing on. Season
I'm
41?
not. I'm subbing. I know the work schedule that I have at the moment means that I work from 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. So I
Yeah.
just kind of won't be around for most of the games, which is really sad because I was looking forward to it.
Hmm.
But I don't know. Maybe I've considered swapping roles, but I don't think it would be mid. I think
Okay.
if I was to swap, it would be POS 1, or basically
Okay.
playing POS 1 from the offline already. But
Yeah.
no, maybe not mid.
Okay.
I've thought about swapping roles.
Let's look out for it. Right, question 2. A great philosopher once said, "A moose is asleep. He is dreaming of moose drinks. A goose is asleep. He is dreaming of goose drinks. That's well and good when a moose dreams of moose juice. And nothing goes wrong when a goose dreams of goose juice. But it isn't too good when a moose and a goose start dreaming they're drinking the other one's juice. Moose juice, not goose juice, is juice for a moose. And goose juice, not moose juice, is juice for a goose. So when goose gets a mouthful of juices of mooses and moose gets a mouthful of juices of gooses, they always fall out of their beds screaming screams. So I'm warning you now, never drink in your dreams. What is moose juice?"
Henry, that was really impressive.
Thank you.
That was like a tongue twister. That was actually kind of impressive.
That was really like
yeah.
you got through the
It was
whole
like-
thing.
It was like Dr. Seuss, like kind of.
What is moose
yeah.
juice?
Moose juice.
It's bots
Okay,
2 on
I'm a-
Necro. I don't know.
True, bots 2 Necro, unironically. If
Go.
you could like put
And
bots 2
Windlace.
Necro in a juice, I would drink it.
That'd be a smoothie. A bots 2
hell yeah.
Necro smoothie. Wait,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask
Yeah, that's the answer.
ChatGPT.
I don't even have a better answer than that.
Okay, nice. Next question from the other young pup. IDL Street Team of the Week. We've done. Oh, actually, we're not doing IDL Street, but we have done
No, we're not
questions.
doing that this week. Yeah, we haven't got
Okay.
time.
Wraith Jing Enjoyer. That's gotta be racist. What was the deal with pizza? That's an interesting
Oh.
question.
That is a good question. So, Pizza is a guy that I've like known for quite a long time, but I wouldn't say that I'm like very close friends with. He's kind of been on my friends list for like 3 years. I just met him in pubs at one point, and we used to play like a reasonable amount. But then he kind of stopped playing ranked and not I think only queue ranked. So he was playing unranked, and I think he was struggling to find people to play unranked with. So I was like, oh, I know this great community. You should join. And then he kind of joined, and I just don't think people gelled with him. I don't really know what the deal was. I don't think he fitted in, and maybe people
Yeah.
didn't
I
respond
think
to him so well. But
I think that was what it was. It was just like a
but yeah,
yeah. I think he just didn't find a immediate click.
yeah.
What,
So
what
I
are you
just read
laughing
the
about?
next question.
Oh.
No, I read the next question. It's like
That's
leading on. It's
that's
like
awesome.
conversational.
That's awesome. Do you prefer MVC or MVVM?
What does that even mean?
We don't get any context,
MVC,
unfortunately.
Yeah, you just got to choose
MVVM.
one. I'm not going to give you one.
MVVM just sounds cool.
All right. Yeah. That's got to be a year or something.
Not model, view model.
Lucas.
Architectural pattern and computer
I know
software.
what it is. Yeah, it's design patterns. I think it's design patterns.
That's a nerd question. We don't do
yeah,
nerd
that's
shit.
that's a nerd question. I didn't click. Yeah, that didn't click until.
This is Lucas. This might be Lucas's first time doing questions. I'm not sure. How did you find the experience was joining IDL through Reddit, if I remember correctly, rather than a pre-existing friendship with an active player or member? Did you find it easy to join in on activities and hang out with people, or is there any difficulties kind of finding your way into the group?
That's actually a pretty good question. So I joined, for those who don't know, I joined from Reddit. I joined from Light of Seven. So I actually found him on a Reddit post. I think we talked in DMs for a little bit, and then he eventually invited me. I found it a little bit hard to get started, I'd say, probably because I didn't know anybody, right? Like, if I see, 5 people in the Discord call and I don't know any of them, it's harder for me to just jump in than if I, like, let's say I knew Matt, for example. If Matt's playing with people, and I can just, tag along. But I think once you kind of break down that, like, barrier of, just kind of meet your first 2-3 people that, you can play with, it's a lot easier. I mean, everyone in this community is super friendly, obviously, super easy to talk to and play with. But it was a little weird being a complete stranger to everyone because no one really knows you. No one knows how you play, what you play. And I think I very much became known as like the ranked spamming guy. And I think I would then not get invited as much because he'd be like, oh, well, he's going to play ranked. He just want to play unranked with us. So, yeah.
I'd agree. I think like it was the same for me because I'm don't even know if I've been in the league a year yet, which is kind of crazy. I have. Okay. But when I joined, I was the same. Like I remember joining originally, and there is so many people, and like now, I would play games with everybody, like absolutely everybody in the league. I'd be like happy to play games with because you talk to everybody once you've been in the league for a time. But it's like, it's so daunting at first, I'd say. So
You're first starting out, yeah, because like, you literally know nobody, and you don't
like,
want to be that guy that like reaches out to them,
who the fuck is this Jeansy guy? And why
right?
Why is he named after trousers, man?
Yeah,
What's that all
what the
about?
hell, man? Why is this Higgsy guy named after a Hig? I don't know. Someone or other. Finn was the only one who I really... Sorry, Finn was the only one who I knew. And JJ, I guess, a little bit. I think I played one game with him.
You dragged JPK in.
Yeah. So...
Kicking and screaming.
Kicking and screaming. Question 2. As IDL's Premier. How would you say it in this context? Premier. Cutting creeps behind towers, level 2 and onwards gamer. What would you consider the optimal response for this is as the enemy? Should the support A, leave the lane in stack / help elsewhere, B, try to punish the opposing core, set up a nice candlelit dinner at the tier 3 to entice cutting pos 3 to dive and die in the tower?
That's what Lucas does with me.
No, Lucas, this would work if it was Lucas under the fucking tower, I tell you what. Well, and D, whatever else there is. D is whatever else there is. I think D might come with the candlelit dinner. Yeah, actually, I'm pretty interested in this because I have no fucking idea what to do against you in lane when you do this. It's really annoying.
So before I answer this question, I actually want to asterisk. I cut waves from level 1.
Okay,
I did this in
right.
a game versus JPK. I went Helix first, and I just walked like wave 2. I was behind the tower. If I could cut level 1, I would, like the first group wave. And then to answer the question, I don't want to give too much away because obviously, like, it's like my entire brand. If I tell people how to play against me, then suddenly I want to start losing all my games. But you kind of have two options. You need to ask yourself as the support player, can I zone this guy 1v1? So like if you're playing some really oppressive like pos 5 that just kind of shits out damage and the enemy offlaner can't really contest you in any meaningful way, because they're tanking the wave as well, you can just damage them. And if you kind of stop them from cutting the first couple of waves, or at least make it really hard, they fall behind your carry quite quickly, and then your carry can just kill them. Every time they walk behind tower, they just die. What you don't want to happen is let them get away with the first couple of waves, and then they snowball, suddenly CSing 4 creeps per wave, and now they have more gold than both of you. The other option is if you can't contest them, like, let's say you're playing something really weak like a Warlock, you probably want to just ask your carry if he can drag the wave behind and like lane in between the tier 1 and 2 tower. So if you like,
So you do the same to
join
them?
the waves. Yeah, you
just-
basically mirror it.
Yeah. Or a third option is you pull their wave into a camp.
I dislike that option because it lets the off. Well, as a carry, I dislike that option because it just lets the offlaner get away with what they're doing, which is like what they
But
want
you
to
also
do.
get away with farming extra camps.
You do, but typically the offlaner will then just cut waves and then also cut like he'll pull to wave, and then the pos 4 will leave, and then I guess your 5 could leave, but you'd have to talk about it because otherwise it gets this weird stalemate where you're laning 2v1 and he's winning.
Yep. Okay, interesting. Thank you for that. And then we've got name. Is Melon actually good at Dota, or are we shit?
We your shit, sorry.
Jesus, I've just seen.
You're really average, guys. We all just suck.
I've just seen the third question on this. I'm not sure if I can read this one out loud. It's not on the screen. What do you think, guys? This is fucking too.
Wait, I
No,
can't even
let's
read
not.
it. It's too small.
No, don't. Just let's not go with that.
Yeah.
Let's not touch that
I'll
one.
zoom in so you can read it. Okay.
I see.
Question 1, and the only question, I promise. What is the best ice lolly? I'd probably say Feast. Oh,
Fab.
that's a lovely question.
Yeah.
I sure hope the second question is as lovely and heartwarming as the first.
If it's specifically ice lolly, I'd say Fabs.
No,
Fabs are great.
Calippo.
I've never been a fan of Calippo.
Are you
I really
joking?
did like Feast. I like Feast and I like Fab. Or like the the hundreds of millions? Is that all Fab? That's
yeah.
Fab, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the 100,000.
It's
Yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah, I do like a Fab. Or a Feast. I don't know. Feast is like the chocolate version of a Fab, right? It's like the
yes, I think
like
so.
what is it? Knobbly bobbly.
Arthur's-
Knobbly
that's what it's called,
bobbly.
Arthur's,
I swear that's a thing, right?
That's
Yeah,
the
no,
name
that's
of
right.
Borky's dildo. I don't know. Sorry. I did tell
What
him.
it's
I
worth,
did tell him earlier today that I was going to drop that one in and drop something to do with that in.
Right.
Arthur's favorite is the rocket lolly, by the way, for
Oh.
what it's worth.
That's like a
Okay.
childhood classic though, because
Yeah, he loves the rocket lolly. He loves one of them.
Yep. Right, 7 out of 7.
Yeah.
Good
I
questions.
think that's it. I think.
Yeah, we've got it's a
Brilliant.
short and sweet episode. Although it's already been, even though that felt like 20 minutes, it's been over an hour.
But this is short for this.
Yeah, for the
this
pod. For the
episode.
pod. Yeah. Moose, you do get to
Uh,
choose next week's IDL Street topic. So,
Yes.
Example one so
Do you
far.
follow the pod?
I do watch the pod, yeah.
Okay. Example one so far, we've got IDL Street livability, dragability, chef ability, pod host ability, streetwise roadman ability, sleep ability, freak ability. So you got the next one to choose.
And while you're thinking, just so you've got a second to think, me and Henry are thinking next week we're gonna we'll introduce we're thinking about doing the season awards for this season 40, so the IDL awards.
Okay, cool.
So we're either gonna maybe sort out doing an intro for it next week, or we might actually do it in between this week and next week. We're not sure. Basically, we're thinking about it. So any ideas, just put a message in the chat in the Discord channel, and we'll have a look at it, because we're just trying to figure out how we want to do it, because we've still got one more game basically until the end of the season, so we're not sure if we want to do it before or
But
after.
the game is on a Sunday, so it might be that we can't do it between.
Exactly. So we might have to do a special episode or something with the ideal. We might just do like a quick 15-20 minute one for that, and then because we could just be me and you then, couldn't it? And just do that.
Yeah.
We might even do that because that's not bad.
That's a good idea. Okay, we'll talk about it. But yeah, you get to choose. What do you want it to be for IDL Street next week?
I don't know what I want the word to be, but I have the concept.
Okay, what's the concept?
So the concept is how easily someone is to like approach if you had a really embarrassing accident.
Approachability.
Yeah, but I don't know. That seems like a cop out. I'm talking like you
Okay.
shit your pants in public. Kind of level of,
How
like,
easy is someone to like
help.
approach if you had a really bad accident ability?
yeah,
That's
fine.
good. Yeah,
How
that
about
was it.
that?
That one.
Okay,
Perfect.
perfect. Right?
No notes.
No.
No.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say to the people of the pod?
No, I mean, thank you for having me. I hope I lived up to expectations. I don't really know. I feel like I overhyped this.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
a
Well,
normal
you are the
guy.
first- you're
I
the
play
first
too much
person.
Noah. I don't go outside. Like,
Okay,
You're
if
the
I
first person that's using like, one of the backgrounds, one of the Discord backgrounds. So clearly you've got
It's
something to
because my
hide.
room is like really long this way. You can kind of just see the whole thing. And it looked weird.
The
'Cause my
long
room's like
room.
thin this way, but long that way. It's like, yeah.
Oh, you
Dude,
got
that's
it
just
now.
like me for real. You know
I mean,
what
I
I'm
can turn it off
saying?
if you want to. It's just like a bit weird.
Yeah, let's see it.
Right,
Let's
turn
see
off
it.
the
Let's
pipe
see it.
in
Henry's a
background.
pipe cleaner downstairs.
It's just like a really long room. You know what I mean? Because it used to be a
Bro's-
garage.
Bro's in the back room.
Garage.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right,
it is
garage.
long.
Yeah.
It's quite well
I
set
told
up
you.
though. It's quite well set up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right.
But, yeah, it's just really long, so I thought it looked weird.
Cool. Right. Thanks everybody for watching this week's ep of the
Yeah,
pod.
thanks,
See
guys.
us.
Thanks,
See you
guys.
next week for
See you later.
some random. I don't know what we've got, but we'll update you.
Yeah, well, I don't even know who we've got or what we've got.
Leave a
so we'll
comment.
figure it out.
Yeah.
Leave a comment as well. That is whatever Moose says right now.
Quick, don't cut waves.
Goodbye.